Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Happy Thanksgiving, UB.
Happy Thanksgiving, Commander Stockwell. How are you this fine morning of the day before Black Friday football?
If you're going to address me as Commander, say Commander Stockwell of the American Navy. We wouldn't want to be confused with any other nationality.
All right, butthead. You are now butthead.
Now I'm butthead? Well, that's a demotion.
Listen, with justice is served quickly on the USS Frady. I have to issue an apology to the coaching staff of Nebraska from our last podcast.
Did you get some feedback?
I called them out of shape, and people were not necessarily happy with that. They thought it wasn't positive. And when I was
how did you get this? Where'd you get this on the comments?
From the alumni telling us we need to be more positive and saying, listen, I don't mean they're physically out of shape. I want a football coach who is physically out of shape. Football coaches who are in shape make me really suspicious that they're spending too much time pushing around weights and not enough time working on the game. You know, you give me the guy from Illinois, that's the size of football coach. Maybe that's a little large, but him, the guy from Kansas State, big round guys. That's who I want.
The guy from Maryland.
Yeah, exactly. Frigid, refrigerator. I want big guys as the coach. And Scott Frost was in shape, and he's spending too much time on looking good. I don't want that. That's like 60 minutes a day. You could be thinking of other plays. So my apologies. What I meant was they were out of college football rule shape. So just to clarify to all of the people who were offended, that's okay.
Hold on, was this a large dynamic? Was it in the comments or what?
It was very, very small dynamic. Yes, a couple people reached out to me on the Twitter. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. We take our feedback seriously here.
Oh, okay. Did they specifically address you, or was I involved in the critique?
Nope, just me. No one criticizes you. They're afraid of you. It's like criticizing Shrek. It's like I'm more like Donkey. You're more like Shrek. I can criticize the donkey.
Hold on. Let's start out by saying what we're thankful for.
Okay.
With regard to the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
With regard to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Okay, this should be quick.
Yeah. Come on. I am thankful for Matt Rule as our new head coach. I think he's going to be great over time. We've been a little sharp with our criticism in the last couple of podcasts, but overall, I think the program is going in a great direction, and I really like how he handles the team. The team is motivated. By the way, Ty Robinson is coming back. Did you see that?
I seen that.
Yeah. You've seen that. So Ty's coming back. That's a really positive signal. And I also liked how Coach handled the Tony White rumors. I mean, that's exactly the right answers. I want I'm going to attract great coaching talent because they're going to get promoted eventually to become a head coach.
Is anybody trying to pinch Satterfield right now?
Iowa, maybe. So I think it's cool the way he handled that. It's like, of course, I want him to be a head coach.
He's not taking the San Diego State job. No way. I mean, come on. You don't want to take San Diego State.
San Diego's going to back the truck up and keep it.
You could do another season at Nebraska and get a P5 head coaching. You get a power conference head coaching job after another good season at Nebraska. Because the defense, frankly, it's, the 3-3-5, it's people are picking up on it a little bit. It's not quite as devastating as it was early in the season. And that's okay. You got to sharpen the axe a little bit with good competition. And I think another season under the helm would be great. However, if USC is the team I'm more nervous about backing up the truck, they have almost unlimited resources and could potentially give him a big giant raise and take over a defense that's terrible. So anyway, that's for the offseason. Let's focus on today. What are we thankful for? So you're thankful for Matt Rule.
For Matt Rule, I'm thankful for Trev Alberts. I'm really glad they got him on a good contract now. I think leader, as we said in our very first podcast, I think leadership really matters, and I think these guys are leaders, and I think they're prepared to hang in there for a while. And so I think we got Matt for a decade, and And he's going to continue to cultivate a wonderful staff and uh, um, continue to move the program in the right direction. Now, I did see one thing this week that was kind of telling. Our schedule strength has not been that great. The teams that we've played have an average number of wins of 4.8. And so that's contributed to whatever level of success we've had. But I do still, they have the defensive performance that we have. And now I think we've maybe found our quarterback in Chubba Purdy. And by the way, Bob, we are favored now. We are a 2-point favorite for this game tomorrow.
Just let me say this about that, Jay Stockwell. That, you know what that is? That's hope. That's hope. There must have been a good harvest. No. There's a good harvest. Hold on, let me finish. There's a good harvest this year. People have a few extra bucks in their pocket, and they're like, all right, I'm hoping that Nebraska's going to win. So I'm placing money on them to win. And Vegas is all about where the money is. They set the line, then they adjust it based upon the money. So there's a whole lot of money coming in for Nebraska, for desperate Nebraskans who want to go on vacation in December. That's what's tilting the line. It's got nothing to do with the skill of the game. It's got nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's just the desperation of the Nebraska fan is much, much greater than the comeuppance of the Iowa fan. Iowa fans are like, we're fine. We're going to the bowl. We're saving our money for the bowl game. And it's like the Nebraska fans are desperate.
What did you hear the story that they may rest some players? So, which I would be completely happy with. Rest everyone if you want.
When we get to the predictions, I'll have a surprising prediction for you. But I don't care if they rest players. It's like give everybody else a chance if you think your roster is good. Here's what I'm thankful for with Nebraska football. I'm thankful for hope. It just seems like the plane is ascending rather than auguring into the ground. So it is. It's nice to have some hope. And I think one of the things that will happen this year is we got a little more hopeful than we should have. But hope. I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for our podcast, which isn't really tied to it is in Nebraska. Yeah, whatever. Nebraska. I'm thankful for our podcast.
It's been fun to do it, hasn't it?
It has been an experience, so let's put it that way.
We're thinking through lots of upgrades for next year. We're hopeful for a bowl game because we want to participate in that. But let's talk about predictions here. So the over-under, right, Bob, is a historic low.
I think the over-under is like 7. So
it's 20. It's 25. I'll look it up. I'll get the latest here.
25. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think soccer games at my youth league have an over-under that's higher than that. 25. Oh my God. No, is it 25 or 27? I think is
25.5.
So 17-10 would be over. Oh, wow.
And we are favored by 2.5.
That is just that's desperation money. Pump it into the kitty. It's desperation money. And that's okay. Yeah. I like that. Nebraska fans are not abandoning the team. They are pumping their money in. They're putting their money where their mouth is and moving that line.
Their defense is ranked higher than ours, right? So I think this could be overall. We got a better rushing defense than they do. And so I think it's going to be a defensive struggle, right? But we got the Chubba factor, right? And Chubba played this incredible game.
He played an incredible quarter and a half. The rest of the middle part was just kind of stinky. The first quarter was great. The last half of the fourth quarter was great. The rest was just the car crash, because that's the plays that he's got to run the plays that they called. Go ahead. What's your prediction?
So rushing defense, Nebraska's 5, they're 18. Total defense, we're 15, they're 7. Okay. Total offense, we're 113, they're 130. So we've got a better offense. They've got a slightly better defense. We've got a better rush defense.
And you wonder why the under is 25. Those are some spectacularly awful numbers.
And just you step back and you look at the Husker Max stats mashup, and they bold the ones where the other team has the lead. And there's all sorts of, Iowa has the lead in red zone offense, red zone defense, first down defense, fewest penalty yards, power index, efficiency on defense, efficiency special teams. Let's talk special teams for a minute. All three phases of the game have to work for us to win. Special teams are absolutely critical. We need a kicker. We need our punter to show up. Okay. Michigan State was perfect weather, and Buschini just laid an egg. Okay. So we got to have good special teams. I think offensively with Purdy, he's going to build on his last game. I mean, his brother's in the pros, and his brother's talking to him. I guarantee you. So he's going to get better. So I like us, Bob, to do better offensively, and I think our defense is going to play really, really well. So I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna call it 21-7 in the over. Okay, I think we're gonna have a Chuba day like we've never had, and I'm gonna 21-7 Nebraska in the over. Okay, I think
21-7 Nebraska
break out. And Iowa defense is going to crack,
all right,
and our defense is going to hold up. There you have it.
I think that Marcus Satterfield has been eating a big pile of dog food for the last several weeks. I think he's going to throw the kitchen sink at Iowa this week. I think you're going to see reverses, you're going to see jet sweeps, you're going to see option passes, you're going to see all sorts of stuff you haven't seen all season for two reasons. Number one, he needs to prove himself. Number two, they want to prepare for next year by throwing some of these plays out there and go, we have to prepare for these now with Nebraska. He's got nothing to lose. If they lose this game, everybody will go, well, we made some progress. And if they win this game, then he's a hero. And all that criticism falls by the wayside. So I think they're pulling out all the stops on offense. And I think it will be 28-17 Nebraska. So I think they're going to crush the under, and Nebraska's going to win. Because that's what we predict every week. Have we predicted a Nebraska loss this year?
No, we're not very good prognosticators.
Yeah, we predicted that they'd score 40 points on Michigan. How'd that one turn out?
Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning. We're not very good. We're learning not to go to Vegas. Yeah, this is why I did this. I went to Vegas. I put some bets down, and I was wrong. And so I'm wrong every time.
Don't bet with your heart. Don't bet with your heart.
This podcast is not about my head. I'm not here to friggin' diagnose who's going to win. I'm here to root for the Huskers. That's what we're here for. We think the Huskers will win, no matter what. That's how it goes.
Well, we don't talk about this in advance. There's no scripting of this show. So the fact that we're both calling a victory and we're both calling the over is pretty interesting.
I bet you thought I was going to come out and call that Iowa was going to win this game.
Well, you called our coaching staff fat and out of shape last week, so I mean,
yes, I did.
I was ready for anything.
I didn't say fat. I just said out of shape.
But you meant something different.
Yes, the nuance of my phraseology was lost. That's okay though.
That's why you had to issue a public clarification of your comments to Joe Biden.
Because I have knowledge. Because I have knowledge. I have knowledge. That's why.
You need to call your press secretary and
I'm running against President Obama this year. Oh, wait. I'm not running against President Obama ever. Here we are in North Dakota. No, we're in South Dakota. But anyway, let's not devolve into that particular mess. Let's just stick to offensive coordinators. So we're gonna get together tomorrow on Black Friday and root
Frady's house, right?
For the home team. And if they don't win, it's a shame. So, I think I'm feeling, listen, I've been hopeful all season. What the hell? What's one more week? What's it going to cost me? If Nebraska loses, what's it going to cost me? Nothing. Just some derision from my friends. Big deal. They deride me anyway. So
don't forget your special 9 a.m. appointment tomorrow, Bob Brady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does this make me eligible for the PGA? You see, on the PGA Tour, they're going to start having cold plunges at every event. I'm like, this cold plunge thing's going crazy.
4 words that Bob Brady doesn't like: sauna and cold plunge. We bought out the facility, so you can do it in private. UV. So I went to the gym yesterday. I got my song in cold plunge yesterday. I felt really good. Also contributes to positive sleep vibes, Bob Brady.
I
So,
sleep like
there
a
you go.
baby. I sleep like I have no trouble with sleep. It's like I could fall asleep right at this table right now if you give me 5 minutes. It's like I never no. Sleep and I are friends. We get along well. All right, Jay Stockwell. You know how we
All right,
take us out. Why don't you take us out this time?
Oh, I don't know how to do it though. I don't really know how to do it.
Come on, I've been doing
Let's
it
see.
every week for 12 weeks now. And you've been a lifelong Nebraska fan and you don't know how to run the cheer?
You know, but Tim Stiles did it for us the whole time. He was the guy on that cheer.
So you've been watching the cheer. It's time for you to put some new shoes on. You know what?
Oh, man.
That's time. We're throwing caution to the wind. We're changing everything up. We're getting desperate.
All right,
Take us
let me
out,
try this.
Stockwell.
Okay, here we go.
Go Big Red!
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was-
So, wow. That was like the
what's-
extended disco version of that
Cool.
song. It's like, does it come on like a 12-inch? You got to play it at 78 RPM. Holy cow!
We gotta send this to Styles and get a grade. What
Go
grade
Big
are you
Red.
giving me? What are you giving me on a scale of 10 there, Bob Pretty?
Oh, I'll give you 200 on a scale of 10 because it was about 20 times as long as a normal cheer. So you get 10 for the normal cheer and then 190 for all the extra.
All right, if anybody likes that, send me a tweet, and we'll get some positive tweets going other than Bob Pretty and like negativity about the coaches, you know.
Hey, listen, you gotta be positive, baby. Gotta be positive.
All right, Huskers, go win it. Let's bring it home because we want to go to a bowl game. And
Well,
SMP
yeah.
will be there live if we go to a bowl game.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later,
All right.
Stockwell. Happy Thanksgiving.